3, 2, fuck ice.
In the desert, hope is as scarce as water. Both are a mirage. The sand miners lament. The road to Dune. Welcome back to Dune Saga, everyone. This is season 5 of our Dune campaign here on the Stolen Fires channel. I'm Eric, the GM for this epic multi-arc adventure series, which continues tonight with our final storyline, Eye of the Storm. A warm welcome and salutation to new and old viewers alike here to the Stolen Fires channel on Twitch. There's always an awesome TTRPG live play to look forward to. Just as a content warning, this program does feature adult situations and language and may not be suitable for all ages, so viewer discretion is advised. I don't have to tell you that we all live in hell, but I'm sure you're all well aware. But we do want to remind everybody that the people of the West Bank and Gaza are still facing terrible atrocities every day, every week. So please head on over to uscpr.org and the pcrf.net and donate what you can to the network of activists and organizations who are committed to freedom, justice, and equality for the Palestinian people. Again, that's uscpr.org for the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights and pcrf.net for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Music attribution shoutouts go out to Pixabay, Scott Buckley, Darren Curtis Music, Whiteback Audio, Coag Music, Tabletop Audio, Repulsive Sound, and Blear Moon. You can find more awesome ambient sounds and tunes over at secretpress.bandcamp.com, scottbuckley.com.au, darrencurtismusic.com, and pixabay.com/music. Thanks to you, our viewers and fans, for tuning in. Let's introduce our house entourage, who is here and ready to engage in the deadliest of intrigues, beginning with Leo.
Hello, my name is Leo. You can find me here every Thursday playing Dune for you, and today I will be playing Archibald.
Ever.
Hello! This evening I shall be playing Lysander and or Zoshir for you. I use they or he pronouns, and they both use he, him pronouns.
Aaron?
Hello, everyone. I am Aaron. Pronouns she, Faye. I'm great to pretty much everywhere. It's also my 4-year HRT anniversary. Hooray me! 4 years of the girl juice, baby. Tonight I will be playing Administrator Eloise, head of the Spacing Guild, whose pronouns are she, they.
And last but not least, of course, Rachel.
Hello, I'm Rachel. I'm Stolen Fires. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy it while you're here. And tonight I will be playing the mostly Bene Gesserit, round up to Bene Gesserit, Sayedina Daphne Cheshire.
Very good. And now for a short recap of the previous session, if you'd be so kind, Aaron.
Sure. Amira is devastated to see that Eloise doesn't recognize her. Or does she? As Amira turns to leave, Eloise realizes she's still seen visions of this woman. Going for her datapad, she brings up clips of the two of them and shows them to Amira. Some of these are visions of the future, including of Amira on trial before the Imperial throne. But Amira isn't interested. She pushes the datapad away, kisses Eloise, and says there's one more thing she has left to do. And one last question. Who did this to Eloise? Lady Randall, of course. After Amira leaves, Eloise ponders what that means and decides to go find her niece. Lady Daphne is enjoying some spiced coffee with Varys and Mossam when a bloodied Eloise barges in and tosses the datapad. Daphne goes to the datapad, looking at the visions of the future. The one of Amira on trial before the Imperial throne intrigues her, and she lingers on that. But Eloise has more important questions, and says Amira is on her way to kill Lady Randall. Well, as much as she'd like to stop that, Daphne can't. Suggests Eloise can find out more by speaking with Edric. Speaking of Edric, he and Nadim meet in privacy. Edric knows of Nadim's recent promotion and is intrigued. Nadim describes himself as a fixer, unco-opted by any of the various factions in the guild, which is probably why Eloise chose him as her supervisor. He briefly discusses the relationship between Amira and Eloise, then moves on to matters of survival. Back in the quarters, Eloise sees a notification pop up of a meeting between her, Edric, and Nadim. She focuses on piecing her memories together, going through guild records. Every memory she has of a mission with Amira, however, is blurred and keeps slipping through her fingers. Varys checks in on her, Eloise says she's trying to grieve someone, but can't even grab hold of the grief. Varys points out that they still have the device and could reverse engineer it, maybe. Varys understands the transformative power of love, though it would require heresy. Before a meeting with Edric, Eloise calls another family meeting. Dr. Yue intercepts Daphne, saying they need to talk, without the Harkonnen. She agrees, and they file into the chamber. Anessa says she won't be there, but asks Archibald to secure her the necessary equipment. Eloise says she'll be direct and quick. They are returning to Ix to persuade Earl Bronso to step down and let his cousin ascend. Lady Daphne says the task might be difficult depending on the blackmail held over him and how vindictive the blackmailer is. That's when Archibald arrives, and Varys asks if the general might know of any leverage. Heresy, of course. But we'll need proof. It's pointed out that Lady Randall will soon be dead, which will remove any leverage over Earl Bronso. Lady Daphne suggests that Amir would come back if Eloise asked, but Eloise doesn't believe that's true. She knows she sent Amir to Arrakis, which made Amir upset. We go in circles, weighing and rejecting various plots. The settled idea is to visit Earl Bronso and see what leverage we can either discover or bluff our way into. Dr. Yue and Beatrice find Daphne and say they think they can synthesize a cure for the nanobots, but they need time. Time they may not have. The trial of Duke Atreides looms. Dr. Yue knows the remainders past Atreides plans to free the Duke on their own terms, but he doesn't know how or when. Daphne thinks of a few things she can do to delay the proceedings, but one of them requires her to contact Helen Mohayim back on Arrakis. While she plots, Lady Eloise has her meeting with Edric and Nadim. Edric says she's been summoned as guild administrator to the Landsraad ahead of the upcoming votes to meet with Emperor Carino. This amuses Lady Eloise, as the Emperor clearly doesn't know who the new administrator is. Eloise turns the top of the conversation to Amira, showing Edric her bloody datapad. What is it that Daphne told her to ask him? Edric gets defensive and wants to focus on the now. Eloise follows his lead and terminates Amira's contract with the guild. Now at least whatever she does, the guild won't be culpable. That creates an opening, however, and Eloise offers to Edric to speak for the guild when she's not available, with a few extra threats. After the meeting, Daphne intercepts her. She tells Eloise what Dr. Yue told her and asks her to use guild influence to delay the Landsraad. Eloise also spills the beans and apologizes for what Amira did. Daphne accepts. General Archibald wants to find Daphne next. He wants to know what she knows of Omelas, the one living mentat he can trust. She says his loyalty is beyond question, and if he convinces Omelas this is good for the house, Omelas will teach Archibald mentat skills. He also has a shadier plot, but Daphne thinks abandoning his firstborn isn't a great idea. Just keep the planet and the people safe. Smash cut to Ix. Daphne is back to pretending to be a regular Bene Gesserit advisor, and they've brought Mossam along to further his political education. We're received in a large foyer, though Mossam, protected by Lysander, is a little bored. However, the audience is delayed a bit, as the Earl is already meeting with someone else. Daphne immediately goes to the ornithopter pad to check whom, bringing Varys and Archibald with her. She identifies the ornithopter as belonging to Houses Aldrich and Randall. House Aldrich is the intelligence spycraft house, which intrigues Archibald. Perhaps they are here together because something has happened to Lady Randall, but it's more likely a social encounter. Meanwhile, Nadim is taking Roy for a totally not suspicious walk. He notices the ground is heavily covered by surveillance devices, far more than would be expected, which seems out of character for Earl Bronso, though the man is being blackmailed after all. As he walks through the garden, there's a wave of people moving back into the space. Perhaps the entourages have concluded their meeting with the Earl. He keeps that information to himself. Lysander hears some strange crosstalk from his comms and looks over to see a woman in a long flowing orange dress. It sparks a memory of Lady Randall, and she recognizes him. His comms go out. Elsewhere, the entourage is now invited to meet again with Earl Bronso. As Eloise and the Earl exchange pleasantries, Daphne picks up that the cousin Callum Vorgason is communicating in his own type of coded language, and conveys that to Eloise. Careful, she nevertheless reveals what Lady Randall was involved with regarding the thinking machines, and her intention for Earl Bronso to step down in favor of his cousin. Except Callum von Vorgason isn't Bronso's cousin. Meanwhile, Lady Randall approaches Lysander and Mossam, and Mossam goes on guard while Lady Randall speaks. Steel yourself, she says, using the voice. Don't move, either of you. She gently puts her hand on Mossam's shoulder, recognizing him. She thinks she might be a suitable guide for the young master while on Ix. She leads Mossam away while Lysander remains frozen and dazed. Back in the meeting room, Bronzo says he and Vorgason aren't related at all, but Callum assures him that the threats Eloise speaks of are real. The two of them have reached their breaking point, and Eloise brings out her knife. Daphne yells out for them to stop. They still argue, Eloise revealing the captured navigator at Lady Randall's estate. Then why was Lady Randall just here, just now? Daphne tries to intervene and make peace. The Earl says he's little more than a figurehead, stymied by local politics. Lady Randall's impending doom pleases him, though there's not much anyone can do until that happens. Daphne tries to coax Randall into slipping up and reveal more than he meant. She observes a similarity in him, an older Mossam. Carefully, Daphne pulls the truth out of him. The Earl orders everyone out of the room, but Daphne insists on Varys remaining, as does Varys himself. The spar with words, eventually Lady Daphne reveals who she is. This gets the Earl to admit he's not a relative of Stam's, but of Elrond the Ninth. He's the bastard grandson of a bastard son taken in by House Vernius and raised as their own. They've established some sense of trust, but their conversation is cut off when the building shakes. Outside the private room, consciousness returns to Lysander, but Mossam is nowhere nearby. But ornithopters are in the air, taking off in the distance. Lysander tries to raise his comm, and House Vernius soldiers emerge. Lysander points out the ornithopter, just as it explodes.
Thank you for reading that, Aaron, and thank you as always to Rachel for taking excellent notes, as always. Okay, we can pick up exactly where we left off. Lysander. The world is ending again. Just like it did before, and it's happening again. You recall one of the last times that you felt this, what you're experiencing currently, you've experienced before, only when you failed to protect those who were in your charge. And you thought that that was a chapter that was behind you. And you thought that it ended when you put down the man who declared Canley against the Archduke of Ikaz. And you, it was that same swordmaster who had given you the scar across your face. You thought that that would never happen again, but it seems to be happening all over again right before you. You watch the ornithopter explode, and everything just kind of stops for a moment. It's nothing but chaos, and for a moment, like, there's no sound because your whole attention is fixated on what just happened to that boy that was in your charge. How do you respond now that there's all this buzz around you from the Ixian guards, Ixian security?
Can I move now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take off towards the crash.
It seems to have exploded and crashed into a part of the downtown Verney city outside of the palace area, like the palace grounds and such like that. So you would have to get on a thopter yourself, or grab a ground car, or otherwise go running past the checkpoints into the city proper.
Okay, yeah, no, ornithopter it is.
Now you jump in. I mean, you're a Cheshire. You know how to fly these things. You immediately start taking control of it, and the comms are just completely out of control. Like, this is like a terrorist attack. As you know, anybody here can probably tell you, like, it's complete madness. You're working the controls, and you start moving in. You start flying in faster, and from the air you get a perfect vantage point of what's happening. The thing crashed right in onto a building that seems to be like a residential area of some kind, and there's just fire and smoke coming out of it. There's crews working as fast as they can to get there. Other ornithopters are on their way to try to put out the fire and stuff, and to try to get people out of the building. What do you do?
I'm gonna see if I can land somewhere as close as possible and go help with the wreckage myself.
Sure. Okay, yeah, you try to put it down. It's hard to land anywhere safe nearby because there's just a ton of debris and injured and stuff. You find like a nearby roof, and you try to make your way down as fast as you can, and get down to help as many people as possible. The aid workers and everybody's there within moments. You see some of them arrive actually from underground because Ix just goes down levels. There's no like surface city or anything like that. So they start coming up out of the ground and they start moving out into positions. You're doing everything that you can, but by the time you get there, they've already set up like a cordon around the crash site, and they're not letting anybody through.
How
Do you
do
stick
me?
to? I mean, they don't know who you are from from anybody. They're like, they're just some dude with swords and a shield belt, and that's it.
Mm.
Do you try to like go move past them somehow, or do you stick outside the cordon and help those who are still injured? Or
Oh no, I need to get to Mossum if
mm,
he was on that ornithopter. Um, I've got scroll, darn you. I have stealth.
you do have stealth, so you can roll it if you think you can. This is going to be this is a heightened situation, so I'm going to spend 2 threat and raise the difficulty from the standard, so it's going to be like 3. If you fail,
There.
you're going to get an advantage point for it. Just keep that in mind. But we have no momentum currently. But if you wish, you can pay me threat and throw an extra die into it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
3 and a complication.
Cool.
Complications are bad in this particular situation, but if you'd like, you can pay me 2 threat and I'll make it go away.
Nope, I'll take the complication.
Sure. So you manage to get past everybody, and you get to you get a good look and see what's going on. But the complication will be that when you get out, you'll be apprehended by the security forces that are there. Fair enough.
Fine.
Yeah,
Everything's fine.
I think it's cool. Because of the way that it crashed and everything, like you'd actually have to go into the building itself, and there's a whole bunch of people. Like there's a hornet's nest in here, so you have to do what you can to kind of like deceive your way through. You take off some of your uniform, and you just make yourself look like one of the aid workers nearby, and you kind of you tuck your weapons away to make it look like you're not like a sword master or what have you. You work your way through like a side entrance, and you work your way up. Past the smoke, past the noise and the alarm klaxons and like the crush of people that are like trying to get out of the building, and then you see it. You see the wreckage itself on like the 3rd or 4th floor, and it's just a mangle of metal, plasteel, and limbs because it was a full complement of people, an entourage that was part of Lady Randall's thopter trip. You start going into it, like it's hot in here, like there's flames and stuff. If you want to try to like dig around and look for them, like you could potentially injure yourself in the process.
Worth it.
Worth it. Okay. Give me move. 2 difficulty. Actually, just go ahead and make it 3.
Does body control count as a focus I can use for this?
For movement. Sure.
Okay. Okay. Shit.
Right on the money. You find him. And your first thought is panic because he does not appear to be breathing. So you reach down, you grab, you see like he's impacted by a bunch of debris, and it's pinning him down. So you use your body control to just basically push with one arm, or you use your shield or what have you, just to kind of pry the debris open with your bare hands, and you feel like the scalding heat on your exposed skin as like the with your other hand you scoop him up and you pull him out. Ugh! And you grab him and you move, and just then they don't stop you when they see you carrying the body of a young man, and like as you're moving through, you're looking down at him, hesitant to tear your eyes away from him, but he is not moving, and your heart begins to sink as you're moving out, and these other people are like, trying to give you a wide berth. You see a group of security personnel, like, that one right there, yeah, come here. They bring you over because you're having to bring his body to anybody nearby who are equipped to address immediate trauma. So you bring him to the nearest, EMTs or the equivalent thereof here, and they bring him into like a hover sled, basically, that has like equipment to try to treat whatever wounds he has immediately on him, and like they're like putting all sorts of stuff on like his wounds, and they're checking his vitals and stuff like that, and you just kind of stare stunned, like, almost like a deer in the headlights. You kind of step back for a moment as they're getting to work on him, and that's when the security personnel is like, yeah, no, you right here, and they immediately come up and they grab each one of your arms, and they're like, who the hell are you with? And they start ready with their weapons, and everything that they're yelling at you, everything that's happening around you is almost like muted. It's happening like somewhere else, and in the present moment, it's just you and this boy on the stretcher.
Picture a touch of tinnitus as well.
Perhaps, yeah. You see the aid workers begin slowing in their administration of aid to Masum, and instead they mark him with something and then just like motion for somebody else, for others that are being carried out of the building to bring, or with smoke inhalation or whatever, to be brought over to the side, seemingly abandoned because he is no longer alive. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and break out of their grasp and run over to him.
All right, that's either body control or that's going to be battle. I'm just gonna roll for them, and I'll spend a point of threat.
Meh. I'll do
Let's see
battle.
here. Give yourself another point of advantage. Let's see. We're gonna go for battle, so they're gonna go duty. They're gonna roll 2 dice, and this is not their thing, but you got to be 2 or higher to get out of their grasp.
I feel like I've used up all my luck, but we'll find out.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Oh. Yeah, in this particular case, they see that you're no like easy pickings or whatever, so they summon more help, and yeah, there's, before you know it, there's like a squad of these guys, and they have you like with your hands behind your back and on your knees, as they're like radioing in other people, like, who the hell is this guy and what was he doing over here? We got some people looky-loos, whatever, and they're trying to get people out of the building as fast as possible. The rest of you, as you're being detained, you hear like the explosion, you hear like the commotion and everything like that. Everybody in the main hall just kind of freezes for a moment, and they're like, "There's been an attack!" And everybody starts like, there's this huge, chaotic scene in the main hall for the Vernius Palace, as everybody's like going every which way but the way they're supposed to go. You all see this upon like leaving the chamber room, with the Earl being just as bewildered, like, what's happening? And he's like reaching into his comm. He's not paying attention to you at all anymore. He seems more concerned about what's actually going on outside. And he turns down like a corner, and he kind of like, you see like this opening appears in the wall with some of his security people come and get him, and they start going down into the depths of the palace because there's some sort of an attack happening. What do you all do in response?
Eloise has. There's guild people all over the place here currently still, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Eloise is gonna just be like, kind of a general broadcast on a guild com, be like, update what's going on.
Yeah. You see, they're saying like, oh, there was a ornithopter that exploded upon leaving the palace grounds. It's like we're watching the footage live right now. There are emergency crews already there trying to put out the fire and get any survivors out of the wreckage.
I suppose they're, well, Eloise will ask, anyone of concern to us?
That was we believe it was Lauren Randall's ornithopter.
I'll be there presently. Eloise beelines for where she wants confirmation.
Of course. You bring. Do you want to bring the rest of your entourage, or you just want to go privately?
So obviously they heard her talking and then see her take off. So I'll let them decide if they like. Eloise isn't trying to shake them, but she has a focus of purpose currently.
Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, you all see Eloise just take off in a different direction, seemingly to go outside. How does Daphne and Archibald react to this? Everything that's going on.
I get on my comms to call Lysander.
Not answering.
That's weird. Well, we should probably go find that, and I tell Daphne that as well. And I probably follow.
So Daphne knew that there were Randall ornithopters at the landing pad. Does she know that the crashed ornithopter is a Randall copter?
Not currently. If you went out there before, I think you went out there previously and kind of like eyeballed the ones that were made from Cheshire make. And yeah, the majority of them were made of by House Cheshire.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, I will just send a message, because I don't know anything about Mossum right now.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just send a message to Eloise, Archibald, and Lysander. Just, looks like there was a crash. Is there anything we can do?
Eloise will respond like I think it's through obviously she's running to get where she's going. You can just hear it in her voice, and she's gonna be like, "It was Lady Randall's copter." Or God damn it, Rachel, you got it stuck in my brain now. God damn it, it was Lady Randall's ornithopter. I'm confirming the kill.
I suppose let me know. And then I'm gonna go find the Earl. And tell him I don't think it's an attack against you.
Yeah, you're going to go speak to the Earl, and the security people are, stay back, and he has to kind of wave him off. It's like, it's fine, what is it? And you tell him oh, I don't think this is an attack against you, and he's like, how can you be so sure?
Yeah, so I actually talk to Daphne and I say, I just tried to calm Lysander. Are you sure you don't want to be a little worried about this? That never happens.
Well, so, I will tell the Earl, according to the guild, that was Lady Randall's ornithopter. And then I'll turn to Archibald and be like, well, maybe he's just not picking up your calls. And I'll try and raise Lysander on my own
Also,
comms.
not taking your calls. You see, there's a realization that happens on Bronzo Vernius' face, oh, this is your doing. When he kind of gives you this stare, you brought this to my doorstep, and he kind of turns away abruptly and
I had
starts
nothing
heading
to
out.
do with this. I told you the attack was coming.
Yeah. He just didn't think it would happen here or like this. So he goes out to go do his Earl duties. Um, Eloise is already on her way. She'll be there momentarily. Do the rest of you stay within the compound?
No, I would go
Oh.
with. I'd go. Sorry.
I think Daphne will stay.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that she can't raise Lysander herself, she's worried.
Right.
And the last she knows, he was in the garden, so she's gonna go there and look for him. Be like, Lysander, do you copy? Lysander?
Yeah.
Lysander, do you copy?
Varys looks to you, Archibald, and says, like, keep us posted what's going on, okay?
Will do.
All right, so you guys are away. Eloise will get there first.
While I'm on the way, I'm good. Given that what I know now, on the way, Eloise, probably in trying to piece her memories back together, if you'll allow me this, Eric, found Amira's old comm information.
Mhm.
So Eloise will, like, whether or not it's heard or not, on her personal communicator, Eloise will send a message and be like, if this was you, I need you to contact a man named Callum. He works for the black market and he can get you out of the system. This is nothing. I still don't remember you, but if you've killed my torturer, this is my thanks. She'll pause and then be like, I might have found a way to get my memories back, though. And then she'll end the communication before there's any chance of a response. And then immediately it's to Callum to be like, I'm sending you a picture of someone. If she comes to you, help her get out of system. I'll owe you
okay.
one. The guild will pay any price you ask.
I was wondering if you were going to be honest about it or try to be deceitful. Okay. She's going to have to ponder that one.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just, boom, keep going.
Sure. Yeah, you get to the scene and it's just as chaotic as you expected it to be. Most of the bodies have already been removed from the crash site, and they're either being taken to one of the local trauma centers or the morgue for further examination. You see that there's a cordon of people that they have detained, and Lysander is among them. Like they have him on his knees and stuff like that, and they have their weapons out and shit.
When Eloise sees that, she will pause and be like, release him, he's part of my entourage.
Yeah, you tell them who you are, you show them your credentials, and they check in with the our Bronzo security team, and they're like, yeah, he's cleared, and then they let him up.
Eloise immediately grabs Lysander and be like, is she dead?
Awesome. She took Mossum. He was on the doctor.
I think you watch the color drain from Eloise's face. And then it's like a split second, but I think Lysander is so used to like being a fucking sword master. You know, Eloise just put the mask right on hardcore after that. So it's like pale and then mask. And she's like, okay, is Mossum okay?
They took him. They rode on him. They took him.
All right. They know who you are now. They should let you get access. Eloise gives like not like her administrator badge, but like something to like symbolize you're working for the guild and be like, tell them that the Massam is with us and get him off world as fast as possible if he's injured.
He will do something that's a little uncharacteristic. He's going to grab your hand and just beeline to where they took him.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to resist, even though I'm 1,000% sure I don't have a prayer against Lysander. Would this be move or back? Well, we're not fighting, right? So move probably?
Yeah.
Okay. This is bad. This is justice for me. No focus. Well, one success with a complication. All you, Lysander, can you beat one success and a complication move?
Huh. I don't know. We'll find out. He's not trying to hurt you.
No, but she wants to she wants you to take care of Masum. She wants to know Lady Randall's dad. Like it's so imperative she knows that.
And
And if
also,
not, bet that she's going to make sure it does happen now.
Yeah.
hand grip of steel.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep, sure am.
Archibald, you
Lysander,
get
I need to
there.
know
Blame
she's
me.
dead.
You get there as this exchange is happening. And yeah, you hear the security personnel's like, no survivors.
No survivors. What
No.
happened?
He's like, the security guy just gestures. He's like, there was a crash. Our ornithopter exploded.
I
Well,
think Eloise is having a very like Two-Face moment where like she's somber because she knows what that means, but like there's this smile that wants to come out really badly when she hears no survivors.
Like, oh, he got her.
oh,
But
okay.
also,
At what cost?
So this was all Randall. This was all These ships were these. Who were these?
It was
ships?
Lady Randall's ornithopter, Archibald. She took
Okay.
Mossum.
What?
As Eloise is being dragged away by Lysander.
Oh, okay.
Eloise is not looping Daphne in. Absolutely
Okay, so
not.
I'm gonna look at the security guy. And
Okay,
I'm going to
then
give him
can you call
orders.
Dr. Yue, please?
Yes, I will say, while being dragged, Eloise will just like earpiece and personal communicator to the Ark and be like, "We have Mossum no vitals prep like
Emergency. Get your ass
prep
here.
emergent like prep ICU."
you're all staying around, not waiting for Yue and his
No,
trauma
I am,
team to come down.
I am
well,
telling the security guard
mhm.
to to take us exactly where this boy is.
Yeah.
That's Lysander's already headed there, so.
Yeah, you see, yeah, Archibald, Eloise is being drugged by Lysander to Mossum. So if you just follow the Cheshire train.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Did
Yeah,
get your train?
yeah, you get down there and it's they give you a wide berth, and sure enough, like they put him with the other cadavers that they pulled from the wreckage, which include Lady Randall and her entourage. All of them, all 6 or 7 of them are just like gone.
Is
Eloise
it
punch
just
her face when she walks by?
I have this. You are not too far off the mark. Is it just like so? They show us here, but no one's watching the bodies, right? Because they're dead, I presume.
Right.
Eloise spits right in Lady Randall's dead face.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. You get a momentary a rush of satisfaction knowing that the person who tortured you is dead in probably the worst way possible. But then you look at everything else. You see Masum, and it. How does she react to that?
I think because Eloise has gone mask up.
Mhm.
She stays mask up. She can't show weakness right now. Because
Sure.
in her head, like if guilt shows, then it becomes obvious to everyone here what went down and why, and that Eloise is low key responsible for this.
Yeah, that part of that guilt, perhaps, and that anger is probably what's going to drive your next actions. Because as you know, as much satisfaction as you got knowing that Randall was killed, the cost is perhaps too great, and so now you're thinking like your mind is already starting to work in the way that it does, and you're imagining what comes next. There's been a terrorist attack on Inverness City, and you know exactly who it is, but they don't.
And I just arranged for her escape too.
Or at least you attempted for something like that to happen. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So then, yeah. So this is what you have to absorb from this particular moment as they're starting to wind down what they're doing and getting everybody out of the building and cordoning it off and everything. The security, the Earl's security team is trying to get in contact with you through the sort of comm channels that you established back at the palace, and they're like, "Where are your It's like the Earl is asking for your whereabouts. Are you within the area, or are you outside the premises of the palace?"
I'm with the dead. Lady
Okay.
Lady Randall kidnapped one of my entourage.
Condolences. We're sending a Thopter, a group to come pick you up and bring you back.
Eloise's mouth opens like she's gonna be like, it's like, that's not enough. Like, you don't know who you just killed. But she stops herself. She stops, like, it just mouth snaps shut.
They have
Yeah.
medtech. They have medtech. They'll use it if they know who this is.
Actually, yes. Eloise is clever
This is why
enough
you
to know
need
this.
Luke and Daphne.
Yes, but you understand why not? I'm sorry.
I do.
She'll be like, wait, Earl,
What is it?
the member of my entourage is the Emperor's son. Do you have anything that might be able to revive him? He's Bene Gesserit trained. There might be something left. Anything. This is the Emperor's son.
He's like, secure the body and bring it back to the palace.
Done. Lysander, anyone comes near this body, kill them. Sorry, anyone that's not one of us, kill them.
Right.
Okay, so I do want to do one thing. Have we left yet?
Not yet, but
Okay.
ornithopters are incoming to pick you all up and bring you back to the palace grounds.
Okay. So before I leave, I want to take a a sample of what's her nuts' hair, Lady Randall's hair.
Okay.
Oh, good
Come the
God, not
fuck
again.
on.
I would take a sample, and honestly, is there anyone else that's kind of important here?
Do you mean other than Masum?
Well, yeah, Masum's important, but you know.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do a little something.
Just a
Oh.
backup contingency plan. So yes, I will take like a sample of her.
I will.
Everything.
I'll pick up Masum and. Lysander needs hands free, so I'll be like, Uncle, carry Masum. I need a moment.
Okay.
You get your sample, Archibald.
100%.
Yeah, I'm not stopping that for the record. Like,
Yeah.
even
no.
if Eloise notices, she probably wouldn't care.
I'm gonna get a sample. Like I said, contingency plan. For
Okay.
sure. Yeah, I will carry her. Carry him.
I have a question, Eric. Would I know what the funerary customs are for at least this particular house in their minor houses? Like
House Vernius?
Yeah,
Onyx?
well, like for Lady Randall, what can I? Well, because former Bene Gesserit.
Funerary rites.
What I'm asking is there like an open casket kind of scenario?
Oh, there's no open casket here. No.
Great. Eloise, I presume, has a Mala pistol just as a sidearm.
Mhm.
She's going to empty it into Lady Randall's face.
Okay. I mean, they weren't gonna put it out or anything. These people hear shots and they're like, "What the fuck?" And like they rush over, and by the time they get to you, you've already emptied your clip into her, and they're like, "Is she mad?" And like they move in, they wrestle the gun out of your hand, and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" You know, like she's already dead.
I didn't want her face to be remembered.
They look confused, and yeah.
I want this to be your memory.
You see that they reported in, and the security captain doesn't know how to respond. They're like, get her out of there, please. Get everyone out of there who's not supposed to be there. Thank you. The Thopters arrived, and among them you see it's Yue in like an all white, with purple lapels and everything suit, and him and his trauma team like rush over and they check Masum, and within seconds they're like, he's gone. I don't know what you want us to do, but he is expired.
The Earl might have something.
He kind of looks at you sideways like, I don't know what he could
I don't care if we
possibly-
do heresy, Yue. Masum can't die.
He doesn't know what to say, so he says nothing, and he issues the order to his team to pick up the body and bring it into the craft to take back to the Ark. Lysander, you see all this happening in front of you, and you see eventually Eloise gets escorted over to where you guys are as the Ornithopters descended, and they're like, "Get her the fuck out of here, please."
I'm assuming Lysander saw what Eloise did.
If you stuck around, if not, if you followed the Masum's body, probably not.
Okay, no, sticking with Masum.
Yeah, Eloise waited till you that was the plan. Was that she didn't care if House Verdius saw her do this. She just
You heard
didn't
a
want
bunch of pa, 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 and that's it.
Yeah.
So without further ado, they bring you aboard, and are your orders to fly everybody back to the Ark? Like to go get on a transport and then head back up to the Ark, or head back to the palace grounds?
Well, I mean, if we're taking them to House Vernius, then to see if House Vernius has magically blossom
I'm muted.
reviving technology.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, the thing is, Eloise is like, no, to Vernius now. If there's any way to save Masum, they'll know. And Daphne needs to see him if there's not a way to save him.
All right. Ornithopters fly back to the palace grounds, and they have like a pad ready and waiting for you as you descend. You see the Earl is visibly like barking orders and pointing at people, and they're starting to carrying out his demands as he walks back into the now very vacated palace grounds. Like the hall was a sea of people, and now like a magic trick, there's nothing. There's maybe one or two functionaries walking around. That's about it. So you head back in, and you see that he brings you into like a private chamber, like you had before, except this time it's on the ground floor, and there's a tremendous amount of tech here. As Yue and his team bring in Masum, and they kind of lay him down. How do you want to proceed? What do you want to say?
Is Daphne there, or is it just me, Lysander, and Archibald?
He would have brought her along. I would imagine.
Okay. Cool. Eloise will put like a hand on Masum and be like, I don't care what heresy we need to do outside of thinking machines. We need to save him. To the Earl.
I don't think you understand what you're asking me to do.
You're correct. I'm not well versed in that kind of tech. I don't care. Lady Randall has hurt my family enough. I'm not going to see another one pass on.
They bring you in, and they shut the doors, and they're like, "Bring in the probe." Varys is kind of beside himself when they bring in.
I will say
Masum.
pointedly, Eloise is not making eye contact with Daphne.
No, like as soon as Daphne like sees Masum, she's just gonna run over and just start crying.
Oh.
Like, no, what happened? What happened?
Facing away, Eloise can be like, Lady Randall kidnapped Tomasum and something happened aboard the ornithopter.
He was on the ornithopter?
Yep. He
Yes.
was.
Everyone looks at Lysander.
Where is Lady Randall now?
Dead.
Good.
Yep.
She used the voice.
Varys is disgusted at you, and he physically like pushes you away, like into like a rack of equipment, and he can't do it. He starts to walk out of the room.
Eloise will intercept her brother because that keeps her away from Daphne at least, and be like, and like, actually, Varys knows Cheshire language, and so she'll like grab his face to like make eye contact and be like, "You can't leave her alone right now. What is wrong with you?"
You know what I have to do now.
What you have to do is stay here.
No, I don't.
It's probably weird
Yeah,
to get a death stare from like, not like she's going to kill him, but like sibling death stare where like, oh, you're going to pay for this in a sibling fashion later.
Yeah, there's a very steely gaze that you're getting from him right now. That is not your typical, funny guy Varys or whatever. He's like, you know who did this, and you know who has to pay the price now. You're either with me or you're not.
I think she lets go of him and she's like, you said in dry language still, you said love transformed you. The lack of that transformed me. I've made my choice. And turns from him.
Oh. Huh. Okay. All right. Door closes. He doesn't come back. Yue is like, you cannot be serious, and the Earl just kind of holds up his hand. He's like,
So-
your associates did me a favor by getting rid of Randall. This is unforeseen circumstances, of course.
So while all this is happening, Daphne is with Masum, and she knows he knows Pranabindu, and she knows Pranabindu, and so she's like, basically she knows where to look for a pulse, and maybe like fan that into a flame of life, and that is what she is doing right now.
Yeah, there's nothing
Yeah,
there.
kind of like jumpstart the heart.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
try your
it's-
best, and like it's just his lifeless body on a slab, and like, you're some of there's so many things happening when you see this. Like you hear the voices like start to rise up within you, and one of them is of Adeline, and of course of Kyra, and you hear it's like the destruction of Jabberwock all over again. Like that, the worst day of your life is happening again. And you don't know what to do. For once, like you feel like you don't know what to do or what to say.
And,
Bronzo.
and in the
sorry,
back
go
of her head, she's also thinking, we're so dead. We're so dead. We are all going to die. When the Emperor finds out that this has happened, we are all going to die.
Right. This is really bad news because if this gets out, if this information gets out into the public and eventually to the Emperor, like he will send the Sardaukar to Verney City. So there's a couple different things that you can try to do here, as far as mitigating the fallout that will ensue if you don't. But under the immediate circumstance, you see the Earl is saying, the only thing I can promise you is I can extract his memories using the probe and create a facsimile of his brain, a digital facsimile. And that is all I can do for you. What you do with that, beyond this, is completely up to you. He is not my kin, he is yours.
And that's
Or-
when like
What would you do if he was your kin?
I don't know. I don't know.
And I ask him, so you can take his consciousness.
Memories are not consciousness, Uncle.
So it's just the memories.
That's why I said it's a facsimile of a brain. This is starting to give you a lot of thoughts, Archibald. Because the moment he said facsimile of a mind, you immediately thought of Allfather, who is a amalgamation of digitized minds and consciousnesses and memories.
And so, like, Daphne has so many memories in her head, and so she would know, like, it's just memories. It's not the actual people inside of her.
Yeah, it's memories of those people, and it's yeah, it's their essence, like their voice is still within you. Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah. So is it just memories, or is it like an actual consciousness?
A little both, actually.
Okay.
So, okay. So there is consciousness in this, correct?
That is a question I'm not qualified to answer. You see,
Yeah,
the Earl
that's a
says.
question for the
Gotcha.
philosophers.
Yeah.
Could this is for the game master.
Mhm.
Could we turn him into a machine if we really wanted to?
Oh.
This is for game master. I'm not saying this in character.
Right, but Archibald is thinking it, isn't he?
A little bit, yes. I'm also thinking about the clone thing too.
You feel a hand on your shoulder, Archibald. It doesn't belong to any of the people in the room. Oh. So this is when it happens.
When what happens, I think.
When you change.
Why would this be an indictment of me changing?
General. Do you remember what I told you all those times before?
What?
You work for me.
No.
Are you certain? This
Yeah,
is what I've been trying to explain to you, Archibald. The flesh is weak, but steel. This is stronger by far. It is forever. Imagine this poor boy being able to live the rest of his life without fear of death, without fear of war. This is all I've really offered you all.
well,
And whether you believe it or not, this is what you've been facilitating for me.
is it though?
It is. And I think this is the moment when you make that final decision for yourself. I understand you're having a little bit of an identity crisis recently. Perhaps this is the moment. This is the time when you will cement who it is that you really are and what you're committed to facilitate for the future, for mankind. Perhaps it begins with Masum, the Emperor's son.
I don't. Really, you have to. If you really think that, you're wrong.
Everyone in the room doesn't see him talking to himself, but Daphne probably notices something where he's like staring off and like his lips are moving, but nothing's coming out.
And
I think
I say,
Daphne will just make the decision. No, we should let him go.
Still not making eye contact. Eloise just nods and is like, very well. The favor I'll ask of you, Earl, then is this was just some boy that died. And that's all you know.
I can keep a secret, he says.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I agree with you.
If there's no further business, Earl, I think me and my family would like to make our leave and grieve.
So you're not going to interfere with what I have to do next.
No. Actually, I think most of us are going to be leaving today.
As long as that nothing comes out about
What happened here
what
tonight?
happened with Mossum here, I do what you need to do. I have a meeting with the Emperor to attend.
Understood. Okay. He bids you adieu. He apologizes for, offers you his deepest condolences, and he assures you that he will do everything within his power to cover this up, and to just treat it as like, oh, it's a inter-house rivalry or something, because she is the head of a house. The Landsrat will be sending a group to investigate this under Canley. Was it Canley or was it a breach of Canley or whatever? And he'll provide them nothing about what happened to Massam.
Great. Eloise will delete the messages she sent from her personal communicator.
Okay.
She's, at least from her records, she's scrubbing them.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm also going to say, before anyone leaves, we need to have a family meeting.
No, Uncle.
Not
We need to have
right now.
a service for Mossum.
Oh,
That's what we need to do.
Of course, yes. I meant after all this.
Fine.
I think at this point, Daphne reaches out to Varys for comfort and realizes he's not there.
Right.
And we'll pull him up on the comms, where are you? I need you.
He's just he's some in the city, amidst all the chaos and stuff, he's kind of slumped up against a wall, and he's just kind of he's like, I went looking for her. There was nothing. I looked through the tapes. She didn't come anywhere near this thing. How did she do it, Daphne?
You talking about Amira?
Yes.
I don't know. Does it matter?
It does to me.
Eloise... No, Eloise doesn't know how she operates. I don't know, but you did your best, and I need you at my side. Come back, please.
You don't have to ask too much. He says, I'll be there shortly. And cuts off the line. All of you who are Cheshires, go ahead and give me an understand roll.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I just bought it, so I will ask, does my new focus of prescience apply here?
No, not in this particular case.
How about data analysis?
Yes.
Okay.
You will need 3 or more successes. If you fail, just give yourself an advantage point.
Social awareness, house politics, Canley, do any of those apply?
No, actually.
Okay.
Deductive reasoning, I feel like, would apply here.
Yes.
Okay.
Danger sense.
3 on the dot for me.
3 on the dot. Okay.
2.
Also 2.
Yay,
So-
advancement points
But
for
I'll
y'all.
take the
Yeah, you
advancement
get
point.
advancement points if you don't get 3 successes.
You gotta be kidding me.
For those of you who got it, though,
The worst of the people to only get it, the worst person.
yes. You think you know how she did this? The Cheshires built a kill switch into
God.
their ornithopter.
Oh, God,
Holy fuck, I
of course.
completely forgot about those. Oh, that was stated back in
That's season 1 or 2 before I joined.
No, that was
a thing.
when I first came in.
Yeah. You're
That was
muted,
season
Rachel.
2.
Oh no, it was season 1 when Tyler established, spent a point to define the scene that the Cheshire copters all had kill switches.
Yeah, And you used it in season 3 when the Harkonnens were coming after you
Uh-huh.
all in the siege. You used the kill. The Pardo hit the kill switch and blew up
Because
the
sometimes
ornithopters.
Cheshire copters just do that.
Yep, they sure do, don't they? You see the
Wait, so someone has to pull that switch.
Yes.
We sent a
Uh, um,
signal. We did it by
yeah.
sending a signal.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
right.
Okay.
So you you gather Mossum, and you abandon the Ixion probe, and you start making your way out to the transport to head back to the Ark. I'm assuming that these funerary rites are going to take place there, or are you going to ship him back to Jabberwock?
Fuck.
What?
Eloise will facilitate whatever is wanted by Daphne.
Agreed.
What was the world where he was living with Kyra, where it was just the two of them in hiding?
Oh shit. I gotta go back like 4 seasons for that one.
Alright,
We gotta go back to season 1 on that one.
We
Hold
can
on.
give it a
Um,
new name if we need to. Because Daphne would remember where it was.
Yeah, you would remember where you met him for the first time. I'll
And
tell you
so,
right now.
So Daphne's impulse right now, is she just really, really wants to get back to her children. So she would want to have any sort of like funeral service, remembrance for Mass on Arrakis, and then arrange for him to like be buried there on that world where he was happiest. And like
Okay.
the place he always wanted to go back to.
The name of the planet that you're looking for is Ishia.
Ishia.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is where it all started for you.
Yep.
So Eloise is going to. I don't think she's made eye contact with Daphne a single fucking time. Like coming up, in the room
Daphne
at
doesn't
all.
even notice. She's just too turned inward.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. That works. That works really well for Eloise. Actually, Eloise is just gonna say, I can't come with. I have a date with the Emperor.
Enjoy. I'm heading back to Arrakis. I need to hold my babies.
You have access to any guild resources you need.
Yeah,
know
it's a
I'm-
somber ride back to Arrakis and Ishia, and then of course you're gonna take the Ark to Kaitane.
I ask Daphne and I say, I know I'm probably not the first person that you want there, but would you like me to go with you during this before I go to Jabberwock?
I'm not going to bar anyone from paying their final respects.
Okay. You know, the original Archibald probably never would have done this, so I guess I'm making progress in a way.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
By all means, I liked Mossum too. So I am grieving.
We all
You
are,
liked him.
Varys says.
Yes, you liked him very much. And just leaves unsaid, but I loved him and you didn't. You liked him, I loved him.
Yeah.
I get it.
Varys tries to keep you as comforted as possible, but he's stone cold right now. Like there's nothing on his mind right now except driving a blade through the person who did this, and he's given that up so that he can stay with you. You said you're heading towards Ishia to bury him. Is that the idea? Before you head to Arrakis?
Service on Arrakis and then Ishia.
I see. So you're heading to Arrakis, and then
Yeah.
these guys are heading to. Okay. So you're accompanying them, Archibald and Lysander. You're going back. You're heading back to Arrakis, and okay.
Oh shit, yeah,
All
because
right.
I need to tell the Fremen that Kyra's son is dead. They're gonna be
Yeah.
very unhappy about that.
What do you? Okay, yeah. So Dr. Yui does his best to kind of like clean up the body and make it presentable. You arrive on Arrakis, and you touch down onto. Well, here's the. Okay, so you're under the umbrella of the guild now in anonymity. Um, do you want to touch down in Arrakeen or Carthag? Is there specifics to how you want to travel once you get to Arrakis from the Ark? Any precautions you want to take?
Yeah. Just travel as anonymously as possible. Um, land at the spaceport
Mm-hmm.
as close to what was the siege? She was staying at siege, like the main siege.
Haya?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then just take ornithopters out to Sahaya.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, wherever her kids are, that's where she's going.
Yeah. All right. So you make your arrangements. Eloise, you tell the Ark to hit the FDL drive and head to Kaitane for your meeting with the Emperor.
Yes.
All right. Meeting with him, and then the rest of you are preparing for a funeral. When we get back, we'll have some intrigue with Zoshir and the
Fun.
fallout from what happened on Ix. Don't go anywhere.
Oh,
We'll be back in
goody.
10 minutes.
we're live.
Welcome back. Where we left off, our entourage was heading back to Arrakis to prepare a funeral for Massam.
Sorry,
yes.
Eric. Before that part of the household goes, Eloise would like to call Varys to her chamber, if I may.
Oh, yeah, certainly. He doesn't seem... He's been in better spirits, clearly. He's wearing all of it on his sleeve at the moment, and he's just...
I think
his mind
Eloise
is
drops the
elsewhere.
mask too, and like, yeah, she will show like the grief, the guilt, like everything is showing that in her face currently, and she's like, "You should have listened to me. She needed you, and you weren't there."
He takes a deep breath, and
Came
he
back
looks
when I
away.
asked.
I'm like, I wasn't about to abandon her, if that's what you're alleging.
I
was
thought
going
love
to.
transformed you, and we weren't doing vengeance and blood debts and any of this anymore.
You're right. What then would you have me do about someone who murdered Massam?
I would ask you this question. Imagine that you had been ripped from Daphne's memories and you found out. And then you found out who did it. What would you do?
Well, destroy them, of course.
Do you think that Amira knew that Massam was aboard that craft? Do you think she planned that?
I don't know. That's why I was intending to find out.
I don't know either, but I can tell you from looking through... I've been trying to, like, force these memories back into my brain just through the records the guild has of our missions together and our time together. I can tell you that she's not sloppy and she wouldn't have collateral damage of that level.
So this was intentional, is what you're telling me.
Lady Randall, yes. Knowing Massam was there? No, there's no way she would have done it if she knew Massam was there. I need you to do something for me. I need you to not be so foolish as to leave my niece alone again like that when she's so vulnerable and hurt right now. And I need you to do one other thing. Make sure you raise your children with her so that there's no more blood on House Cheshire or House of Cardis that runs through the generations of pain and vengeance. Can you do that for me?
Don't ask me to make promises I can't keep. The only promises I make are to Daphne. Right now, we might be facing a war, and there's going to be plenty of bloodshed.
I'm asking you to not teach your children that.
Or have them be raised fatherless.
Actually, thank you, Rachel. I remember there's something I was gonna say. We ended up the way we did because I was raised by a father that kidnapped me, and you were raised by our psychotic, vengeful mother, justified as she may have been. Do you understand that you have to be with her, you have to stay with her, and you have to live now? That's what I'll ask of you. You have to live.
Holy fuck.
She throws her guild whites off and tosses the administrator badge down and is like, I'm not demanding this as the head of the Spacing Guild, Administrator Eloise. I'm demanding this as your sister. The only blood you have left in this universe.
Very well, then. You have my word.
Good.
Thanks
Have a
for the
safe
talk.
trip. Always a
You as
pleasure,
well.
brother.
You're literally walking into the lion's den. I expect you to be able to walk back out.
We're survivors, brother. I just
That we
want to
are.
make sure you do.
With that, he kind of nods and then turns and leaves.
I think
Give him something to
Eloise...
think about.
Yeah, Eloise, after, like, the second that door seals, like, Eloise has a quiet personal breakdown.
Yeah, of course. Everybody's gonna have their own here momentarily. Before we move to the scene on Arrakis with the entourage, I think we should find out what's been happening with Zoshir this entire time while he's been on Arrakis. The Zoshir, as the days and weeks go by, and the campaign against the Harkonnens continues, you're met with many successes and failures. Within the last couple of weeks, it's been more of the latter rather than the former. This is punctuated when you're sitting in council with Stilgar and Merlat in Sahaya Tabir and kind of going over things. When you get a report from a Fedaykin and his troop who come in, and you hear like a commotion, and when you get up, he comes in and he's like, "We lost almost everyone this time. It was an assault on the Harvester standard. We had close to 20 men, armed with las guns. We thought we had them completely surrounded, and they walked right into our trap. But when we sprung it, they turned the tables on us. They didn't fight like Harkonnens. We think something has changed out in the deep desert. Those were the Emperor Sardaukar, who are securing spice production now. And because of this, we had to retreat, and many of us didn't make it out." You see Stilgar's like, "The Sardaukar!" You see, you started noticing the presence of other people from Daphne's faction, with Kyra's people around the siege more and more now. And so, when the light of this devastating report, there's no Sayadina to perform the rites to bring the dead into the stills. Normally, this is handled in a very specific way, but you've had someone sort of filling in the gaps while Daphne's been away for some time. A strikingly attractive woman, an adept under Kyra's command, an acolyte, if you will, and a possible Sayadina in the making, who has been assisting you with those duties.
I don't have time for
And
this
this is no
bitch.
different.
So sorry. It zoomed in on Rachel going, like, no.
It was very
so-
appropriate, yes.
I just died. I'm sorry.
Dun dun dun. Yeah. So you see, you do your duty as the Mahdi, as the Naib of Sahaya Tabir, and you attend this function as they're bringing in like body after body, and they're putting them in the death stills so that the water can claim their moisture. And she's performing the rite. As such, she's been trying to advise you after the fact, after these ceremonies have taken place, and asking like, and preparing like spiced coffee for the council meetings and such. And you've been seeing her more and more, and she's like, Mahdi, she says, as she puts down the spiced coffee on the table, and she lightly touches your hand. She's like, "Is there any indication as to when the Sayadina, blessed be her name, will return to us to offer us the guidance in this terrible time?"
No, she's dealing with some important things off-world.
Of course, this is of course unknown to most of us, but what can be more important than what we're doing here right now? Fight against the Harkonnens, with our Fedaykin dying in the deep deserts.
Well, let's put it this way. Everything that happens out there affects everything down here.
You are, of course, wise as ever. And she's like, "Oh, excuse me, I did not mean." And she appears to be kind of absent-mindedly listening to what you're saying with her hand on your wrist, and then when she realizes what she's doing, she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to touch you," she says.
That's fine. What brings you here exactly?
Well, I wish to help to continue to serve in the absence of our holiest Sayadina.
And I apologize. I don't think I got your name.
Oh, she says, and she kind of bows and makes eye contact with you and says, "My name is Raiza."
Well, it's nice to meet you, Raisa.
Indeed, I think this is the first time I've had the pleasure. Oh, benevolence. Benevolence is just in time. All right, so you get 2, and I get 2.
Oh yeah, Alice I bought is a benevolence.
Excellent. Yeah, you see, she's like, "Oh, I think this might be the first time that we've met." You see, most of the time I belong to the convent that Her Lady Sayadina has visited just a few handful of times in the time that we've been working there diligently to fulfill Kyra's vision of the future.
So you have been off-world before.
Oh, well, yes. We are all trained at the Wallach Ix school.
Then you should have known that there are important things to be had off-world.
Oh, without a doubt, yes. I just was unaware of the circumstances as to what brought about her ladyship having left us so quickly and for so long.
That I do not entirely know.
Oh, she has not told you. I'm sure this was by mistake. I mean, surely she would have confided in you. Are you not her husband?
But I let her handle her own things as I handle mine.
Of course, trust is a cornerstone for this, for what you have. She's like, if you will allow me, I will continue to perform my duties to serve you and to keep things going here in the wake of her absence. And I will continue to conduct the funeral rites for our Fedaykin. See. Also, oh, and she hears like the babies crying like down the hallway. You know, like they're like, "Oh, it's time for their feeding." Excuse me, she says. She
No,
probably leaves the room.
but he follows.
Okay. You follow her to the room where they have like the woman, her handmaidens like tending to the children, you know, changing diapers and what have you. And she's like, "Oh, I suppose it's time then," she says, and she kind of like holds out her hands, and the handmaidens bring each of the twins over, and they kind of like they're moving their hands back and forth like this, and then she kind of like takes them in, and you know, this is Fremen culture, so she's not shy about, you know, like disrobing and like preparing to nurse the children.
Titties. Sorry.
So unhappy.
Me and Rachel head shaking in tune.
And yes, I do that every time I see it on a movie.
Uh, um, yeah, this is Fremen culture. He doesn't give up flying. But,
Yeah.
um, is she holding both the children or just one?
No, just the one. She's
Okay.
nursing them one at a time. They stop cooing when when they enter into her arms, which is more than a little strange. But she kind of just shh, and she starts preparing to nurse, and she's like, "Oh, did you want to stay, Madi?" And she kind of half turns to look at you, her shoulders bare.
I wanted to see the children.
Of course. She gestures, to the other one who's in its crib.
He'll pick the baby up.
Okay. It looks at you and kind of smiles and waves its arms like this.
He's enamored with this tiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll like touch it on the nose and kind of speak to it of all the great things that it will do as a child of the Lady Daphne, the Sayadina.
Because Daphne did say, talk to them like they understand you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be like, yes, someday you'll wander the desert and you'll worm ride and all that. He'll very proudly, even though they're not his.
They are unusually quiet, Madi. Have you noticed this?
Yes, and even more so when you hold them.
She looks at you for a second. It's like, she's like, goes to touch the other one's head, and it almost raises its arms like to block her. It's trying to and it's like, there's certainly a unique kind of awareness with them. Is this normal?
Hmm. I think each child is different. It is possible that they're extra special being the child of a Sayadina.
I see. Tell me, was their birth particularly difficult for your betrothed?
She's
Prana-
not voiced that to be.
Pranabinda means you don't need an epidural.
Not that she's specifically voiced.
Oh wait, no,
Oh.
there was a storm, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
There was a huge storm that blocked out the sun.
It was like there were rumors within the convent that these two are, well, they brought about change the night that they were born, and that they are fated to do so with the rest of Arrakis. And yet there are those that say that these two are, well, how do I say this delicately? Abominations.
Is there some sort of like, you know how some people spit on the ground when you say something particularly evil?
Sure.
What would be the Fremen response to like the Fremen variation? Because I know spitting on the ground would be a no-no.
If you want one from a different culture, it is brushing the dust off your shoes.
Yeah. Or something
cool.
like making a hand motion like this. That's what the Fremen do whenever the Idwali are invoked, like Shaitan or whatever. Sometimes they'll make this motion, something
So
to that effect.
he'll do that with obviously he's got a baby in his arm, so it'll be like halfway.
Mm-hmm.
You'll say no such thing.
Of course. I'll perish that thought immediately. But you see, like when she says it, but you're not entirely sure she believes it herself, or that she's entirely sure that she believes it. Or are you trying to like order her, like you're gonna drop this subject, or you're gonna refrain from doing this from now on?
Refrain from doing it from now on, but also kind of like a how fucking dare you, you know?
Oh, I see. Give me a communicate or discipline roll, difficulty 3 or higher, to successfully shut her up about this sort of thing, like to issue like the like an edict or what have you.
Also, we have another benevolence and another malevolence.
Oh,
So-
oh boy, we're
so-
at 3 each.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, so 2 bennies and 1 malevolence within the last 20 minutes.
Wow.
I vote that the malevolence is used to make the baby throw up on the priestess.
I mean, I'm
Seems like
in
a waste.
favor, but I don't think it works that way.
Do I invoke my special transversary powers to make that be the benevolence? That's probably not going to work.
Successes.
I see Eric's face. That's
Oh.
not working.
Well then, yeah. So you're just like, she's just, yes, of course, I will not speak of it again, Madi. And she kind of like, continues to nurse, and once it's kind of done, with her, she kind of gently places it down and goes to grab the other one from you, but makes no effort to cover herself up or to avoid any sort of skin-to-skin contact with you in the meantime. And she kind of her gaze sort of lingers for a minute, like a doe-eyed girl with a crush on you as she takes the baby from you. Let's see. There's something that happens when she does touch you, though. There's like a shock, almost like that kind of runs through your body for a second. You only recall this ever happening maybe once or twice in your entire life. It's kind of like a pang, like an emotional pang that happens, like when you lose someone close to you. Except that in this particular case, it goes in the opposite direction. Instead of going down, it goes up. Like it's a strange sensation. You can't verbalize it easily. This is what happens when you come into contact with Bene Gesserit adepts. Go ahead and give me a discipline roll. This one's going to be for 4 or higher.
Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna pay you like 2 threat right there.
Cool.
May the
Back up to
roll protect.
Roll gods be with you.
So she just remember, when you grab her by the throat, press the button, turn the lever.
She's
Put
just
it to
like,
the side too.
she's just like, and of course, if there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. I am here to serve you, of course.
Oof, okay, so my best drive for this would be power, but that's my worst drive.
Cool, do it. Let's pull the trigger
We'll
on
do
that.
it. Oh no.
Now,
So
If you fail this, you will get an advancement point. But then
And another
she
baby.
will also have a trait that she could attribute to you, that says that you're attracted to her and to
Son
her
of a
wiles. Indeed.
So if I pay you 2 threat, that gives me 4 dice, 3 dice.
If you pay me 1 threat, you get 1 die, and if you pay
Okay.
me 4, hold on, I have the cheat sheet right in front of me. If you pay me 3 dice, then you get a 4th die.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
All
Not that you
right,
need any more threat.
sounds fine. Okay.
Oh my god! No!
Jesus fucking
Use a
Christ!
penny.
Holy
For the
Jesus!
love
Use
of
a
all
penny!
holy.
Use a penny!
I'm gonna use a penny. Holy shit!
Probably wise. Okay, so
Oh my god! What is that
Okay.
even? What?
that is
What happened?
you're falling in love with this one.
Yeah, you are.
Jeez.
God,
So
what
you
a-
could re-roll the 3 dice or all of them if you wish with the Benny. So
I just take it. I want to know where that would go.
God,
I'm
I
gonna
like-
re-roll
don't-
all three of
I
those
blame
dice.
all uninteresting things happening to Benny's, but yes. Your target was 9, and you only got, geez, 3 and a 16. So you got a total of 2 successes.
I'm doomed. Guys,
listen, if you want to use another bounty, I'm okay with it.
the ship's
I-
going
I-
down.
I farmed one of those bennies with guilt, so
I would.
So yeah, you see like there's something that her eyes and the way she smiles, like something about her captivates you, even if it is fleeting.
The spice in the air.
Right, yeah, things are getting spicy. So yeah, she takes the baby from you, proceeds to nurse it. What happens when you leave the room eventually, and she eventually also leaves the room? Are you going to rendezvous with her?
No.
Go ahead and put a trait on your character sheet that says attracted to Ryza.
Oh no.
I'm coming for her.
Now, in the future, she can use that over you.
How do I spell her name?
I put it in the Discord.
All I gotta say is don't.
yeah, there's a bunch of chat in the Discord that you have to scroll up through. Sorry.
I'll paste it again. Hold on a second.
I'm just saying she may like that. Seems like that.
Yeah, so there's a little intrigue for you. This goes on for some time. Like I said, this is like kind of like your first introduction to her, and then she continues to come back and serve you spiced coffee and take care of the kids and officiate the rites. Her name is starting to become more prevalent, and her face is starting to become more recognized within the siege itself. So yeah, what you do with that, if you go into any sort of indiscretions or what have you, that's completely up to you, of course. She owns you now. What? Anyway.
What? Just
Only until I get back.
Wait until you get back, yeah.
He won't do anything inappropriate, quotation marks, with her, but he will find himself like finding her little tiny gifts.
Oh, yeah, like a harmless little knick-knack or something like that. Yeah, sure. New still suit or what have you. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So yeah, this goes on for the next couple of weeks until eventually messenger comes in and says the Sayadina has been sighted in the city and they're on their route here to us. So they kind of prepare the way for her, And now it's up to you if you want to continue playing Zoshir or Lysander, as you will, for the next couple scenes.
We'll do Zoshir since the first half was Lysander.
Sure. Okay. The Fremen receive the entourage coming in in a fleet of ornithopters that land nearby, and upon coming in, you're all greeted by a large gathering of Fremen from Zihaya, which include Merlat and visiting Naib Stilgar. It's been some time. Welcome, please. And they have you coming into like the main chamber where they have like food and drink and everything like that for your return. Obviously, most of you are distraught, so they're kind of surprised to see you in this state. And in addition to that, bringing in a body. It's all wrapped up. I'm gonna say that Yue remained on the Ark, but Beatrice came with you. Because, obviously she didn't get to know Mossam for very long, but he was still family. So he's here to also she's here to pay respects.
And I think that Zoshir would immediately see Daphne's in the black mourning veil.
Yeah, so they immediately see that and they understand that you lost someone. So they bring you after the initial sort of festivities for your arrival are over. They bring you into a private chamber and they're like, "What happened?"
So who is here in the room?
We're gonna say Stilgar, Malat, Zashir, Varys, and Beatrice, unless you tell them otherwise.
Yeah, okay.
Did Archibald not go
Yeah,
with?
where did Archibald go?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
you went with, right?
Yeah, I went.
You went with whom?
Daphne, I would. But I went.
Say that
Okay,
again?
so
Your mic like died or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. My
Oh,
mic
there
was
you are.
behind me. Yeah, no, I told Daphne I would go, so I
Okay.
definitely went.
yeah, so you brought into the meeting as well then. And they're like, what happened? What? Who is this? They point to the cadaver, all wrapped up and everything, like with trepidation.
I have some terrible news. While we were off-world, Masum got caught up in the corrupt imperial politics of the Landsrad. He's gone.
Is that the truth?
Yeah. Like, she thinks, like, she probably would have talked to Lysander. Lady
First of
Randall
all-
didn't know who this kid was.
Well, if you talk to Lysander, what would Lysander say about that?
Oh, what would Lysander say about that?
Yeah.
That it was politics?
She did
Um,
recognize Masa.
She did.
You did, but Lysander, being the little self-pity bitch that he is, would probably be like, it wasn't politics, it was my fault.
I mean, well, so Daphne will reassure Lysander it was not his fault. But it also kind of doesn't matter. Either she kidnapped a kid to use as a human shield, or she kidnapped a prince to use as a hostage. Either way,
This is
fuck
true.
her.
Right.
So, yes, Daphne doesn't believe she's lying. She believes, yes, Imperial machinations get you killed. They got Masum killed, and that's why we need to fix it all.
This is terrible. You see, Stilgar say it's like the son of Kyra. They must be made to pay for this. There has to be a response.
The woman who took him has already died. If there is any response that we should make, it should be challenging the Imperium as a whole, the Landsred as a whole, who continually make decisions such as this.
It's like, so the perpetrator has been found and has been made to pay for this transgression.
She's dead, yes.
Good, because their moisture belongs to the tribe. I'm assuming that Lysander is also present. Does Lysander say anything in addition or to add to or to detract from any of this throughout these proceedings?
No, he's his usual quiet self, but maybe even like more so, more like withdrawn than observant.
Yeah. He's in his own place right now. How does Zashir react?
Zoshir will probably. So the body's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
He will go to it and just automatically begin mourning in the way that Fremen mourn, however that may be. It's obviously not crying, but he will just automatically do that. Mossam meant so much to Daphne, and from the little bit that he knew Mossam, he ended up caring about him quite a bit. So
And
Yeah, so
Daphne will say, his water is Kyra's water, and that belongs to the siege, but before they came here, they lived together on a small world, one that Mason was always wanting to return to. After the water is given, whatever is left, I would like to have laid to rest there.
you see, Stilgar's a little conflicted about this. It's like Kyra died here. She remains here. Should he not be with his kin?
For the first 10 years of his life, they lived together. He was happy there. And then we dragged him here into this world that got Kyra killed. Got him killed. We'll probably have all the rest of us killed. His water belongs here. But some part of him I want to return to the place where he was happiest, where he always wanted to go back to.
It was his home. And yeah, Stilgar looks over at Soshir and Merlat, and they all he nods like, okay, I get it. But
Cannot
perhaps we
begrudge
can
him
do
his
the
home.
rites here, and then we can you can transfer the body to his home.
Yes.
In your absence, Sayadina, we have had some assistance from Kyra's order, and kind of gestures. Stilgar kind of gestures, and somebody opens the curtain and walks. That woman that you saw weeks ago. Oh, it's good to see you again, Sayadina. Welcome back.
Thank you, sister.
In your absence, I hope you don't mind, I have been assisting the Mahdi and tending to the two twins.
Thank you
and-
very much. How are they doing?
Oh, they're quite well and quite receptive. They're delightful, as always. I hope that this journey has not been too hard for you. I understand you have a great many responsibilities, both here and outside of Arrakis. But I will do what I can for you and for the siege, to whatever capacity I am capable.
By keeping my children safe, you've done more than enough.
She smiles. Would anyone care for some spiced coffee?
A little, not too much, but thank you.
She goes and prepares the coffee service. Sees Stilgar's like, if you're willing to perform the rites using the memory of our past Sayadinas, Daphne, then you're welcome to do so.
I
We
will
will
do
begin.
so.
We can begin it immediately whenever you're prepared.
I'll begin the preparations after a few sips of coffee.
So, they bring you some treats and something to give you a little bit of energy, and then comes the most solemn portion of the show, where you have to bring everybody within the siege to the central chamber, and everyone takes a moment to stand up and say and tell a story about who Massam was to them and what they learned from him, or vice versa. And then they each come up and they take something of his to keep. And so his things are splayed out for everyone to see. There are trinkets and there are things like his shield emitter and like his blade, his Mala pistol, and all manner of other things. Obviously, they give you deference to keep what you wish of his first, to something to remember him by, and to tell a story about what you remembered, what he taught you, or maybe what you taught him.
think Daphne will focus on what he taught her.
Mm.
And, essentially, the first time I met him, I didn't know who he was. He was a boy who I had the privilege to see grow into a man. Kyra would have been proud of him. And she's going to keep it mostly not political,
Hmm.
but at the very end, she's going to say something like, "This is why we do what we do. So no
Everyone-
other innocents die this way."
Everyone in the chamber says, "Be like Haifa." Like
and
there's nothing else that needs to be said.
The thing she will keep is his, he has a badge of the Iasi sigil.
Very good. Okay. So you keep that. Okay.
Yeah.
The next person they bring up is, immediate family, we'll say. So, like, Varys. He comes up and he picks up his blade and clutches it in his hand, and refrains from. He can't help but weep. And the Fremen are just kind of looking at each other and then looking at him like, oh, he gives water to the dead. And he kind of like puts the dagger back down with him and says, I remember Mossam because he taught me that love for someone can change you completely. And that love can change the world. And he kind of goes into the crowd, sits down, and then it's time for the next person to come up. Who will it be?
Varys is standing next to him holding his hand.
Yeah. Uncle Archibald, do you have something to say? Anything of his you want to keep?
What mask? What's even up there? I know there's probably not a lot, but
It's all stuff that you all gave him in the past. He has a medallion actually that he keeps around his neck, and it is like a little coin-sized medallion thing, but it's actually a device that you could use as a sort of like emergency thing. Like you hit it, and it summons help.
actually, I can't remember. I know I gave Mossam something back in the day. I just can't remember.
You all did. You all gave him something to take with him when he was being shipped off to Chapter House.
Correct. Can you remind me of what I gave him?
Dude, that was like 3 seasons ago. I don't
No,
remember.
I can't freaking remember.
He has a vodka and he has a Mala pistol and
Yeah.
some other knick-knack things.
Okay.
You could say like you gave him a coin or you gave him something, and now in your hand it is like the scarred piece of metal that's been warped by the fires and the destruction
Alright.
that the imperial politics has wrought.
So I am going to say something, and I'm going to say this. And I'm also going to kind of like make this up a little bit. Like I am going to
Sure,
say that
that's
I
fine.
gave him the medallion. Because honestly, I know I gave him something. I just can't remember what it was. But I'm going to say me and Mossam weren't exactly the closest out of the family, if everybody knows this. But I did care for him quite a bit. One thing that he has taught me is to always remind yourself that you are human, especially what I'm going through now. In a way, death is a privilege.
Ooh. Be like Haifa.
And that's when I take off the medallion and I say, I always told him if he ever needed me to to press this.
Mm.
I take that.
You take that with you. It's an emergency transmitter, so if you set it up beforehand, it acts as kind of like a tracking beacon that you can activate, and it sends out a pre made a pre-recorded message that says I'm danger, basically, or whatever.
Gotcha.
And All Father follows you up to where the body's laid, and he's like, "Poor Masum," he says, and you of course are the only one who can see this. He's like, "I guess we'll never know, will we, General? We'll never know what he could have been. But remember, it's never too late." And with that, he steps down and says, "Bilal Kaifa." Who's next? Is it Zoshir? Lysander?
Oh, Lysander will not have anything to say. He is ashamed that this is something that could have been prevented. Zoshir, however, will stand up and speak a little bit on how Mossam was a great man and a Fremen. He'll speak on how his spirit will live on in the deserts and in every single one of us who he touched throughout his life.
Bilal Kaifa. Get brought in. Would the Mahdi like to say a few words about Basim? You don't have to, of course.
Oh, that was Zoshir.
Oh, that was Zoshir. I'm sorry. I thought
Yeah.
that was Lysander. Okay.
No,
that's fine.
Lysander is opting out. He's
Yeah.
checked out. His brain is on another plane.
Brain's on another plane. I like that. Okay, that's fair enough. Beatrice comes up to say something, but she can't. Because, the way that it's arranged, most of his body is sort of like mummified, except for this portion of the face. And she just chokes. And everybody again, is like, "Oh, these outsiders, they actually give water to the dead? How strange, And she's just like, "I'm sorry, there are no words." And with that, she goes into the crowd. Okay. And with that, the rest of the ceremony is kind of over. Everybody takes something or leaves something, and the rest of the tribe goes through the process. And then it's time, usually around this time, is when they take the body to the death stills. They take extract all the moisture out of it. In this particular case, I'm guessing to your wishes, they're not going to do that.
No. So, I assume it's kind of like a reverse cremation. Where, even after, you burn the body, even after you take all the water out, there's still some physical material left.
Sure. Yeah.
And at least some of that is, essentially, we're going to cremate him here and then scatter his ashes on Ishia.
Yeah. Okay. So they take him to the death stills, they do their business, and they come to you, and they bring, they bring you the water, the liters of water that was Masum. They bring him to you, and then they give you whatever excess was left, and they put that in in a urn or something like that. And
yeah. So
yours to do with what you wish.
Daphne will drink a cup of the water, and then have it distributed amongst the siege.
Ah, a grand gesture. Yeah, they take that with the intent that it was given, and everybody kind of takes in the moisture, and then they kind of go about their daily lives after the ceremony. It's a big deal. It's a lot of religious stuff going on here. Now it's up to you. Is there anything that you want to do while you're here before you set off to Ishia?
I'm not gonna set off for Ishia immediately. I definitely want to go hug my babies.
Sure. Yeah, you spend some time with them, and Varys as well. He spent some time with you and the kids. Zashir, is there something that you want to do? Because they're already talking about taking the body off-world to this place that is considered Masum's home. Is there something that you wanted to do while they were here before they set back off again?
He would like to talk with Daphne about the babies.
Okay. You can go ahead and have that scene if you like.
These little ones, they're unusual. In a good way.
They're special.
They are, and I've had to quiet a few voices regarding them.
Say what?
I've heard whispers, and I do not indulge them, that the children are abominations.
I don't think any child could ever be an abomination.
No, I agree. I just wanted you to be aware of the things I've heard.
I appreciate that, thank you. How are things in my absence? How goes the struggle, the everything?
We've lost many since you've been gone.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Not as great a loss as Mossum, but
I'm sure to their families they were.
certainly. The babies, they react differently to different people.
Well, even children have their favorites.
Sure, but I've not seen the like before.
Have you raised many children?
Yeah, in a siege, the children are everyone's.
I don't know. Who are they acting differently around?
Oh, no one in particular comes to mind at the moment. But their reaction was to block in a way.
To block what?
I'm not sure. There was no movement towards their face. It was merely... I'm unsure how to describe it.
What was the context? What was happening?
They were merely being picked up.
Perhaps they don't like whoever was trying to pick them up. I hope it wasn't you.
Oh, I don't. They have been absolute delights for me. I enjoy speaking with them, and I did as you asked, spoke with them as if they could understand, and it strangely was like they could.
Oh, well, babies understand more than we give them credit for.
Certainly, but, no, they seem wise beyond their years.
I'll
You
take that
notice
as a
the-
compliment.
Yeah, you notice the children are acting very differently now that Mom's home. They're a lot
Oh,
more
what are they
lively, and yeah, like they're more vibrant when they get picked up. They're not making those sort of hand gestures that they used to do before.
No, with you, they're much different. They are very happy.
I think you're muted.
No,
Sorry.
no.
I think in this moment, just like holding her children, hanging out in the nursery, she's like, we can wait till everything resolves to scatter Muslim's ashes on Ishia. We don't need to leave right away.
Are you certain?
Yeah, no, that's just what's going on in her head.
Oh,
Because I'm sort of like analogizing it with like when you get like the ashes of your loved one, like, oh yes, we need to go scatter them on the lake,
Hmm.
which we'll do eventually. Because Daphne's like, I don't want to. I want to do right by Marson, but I don't want to leave my babies. And I'm certainly not going to bring them with me after all of this. So Daphne will probably like, we'll leave in a few weeks for Ishia for the final goodbye.
you've missed them greatly.
Oh, I have. I think I'm gonna spend tonight in the nursery.
Very well.
The curtain opens
I am-
momentarily.
Oh, well, if the curtain opens, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
It's very subtle. Like it's not to interrupt. It's Merlat, the face dancer, the chief face dancer. He's just kind of standing in the hallway. He's waiting for you to finish talking so he can come inside.
Oh, okay. I trust Merlot. I am also going to explain to Zoshir. Keep an eye on Archibald. Something has happened to him. He thinks he's a clone. I'm not sure about that, but he thinks it's true. And he has some strange connection to the Allfather.
Do as you ask.
If there's anything you don't want the Allfather to know, do not say it in front of Archibald.
Well, the existence of the siege is something I do not want the Allfather to know. But it seems too late for that.
Well, we'll blindfold him when we go somewhere else.
Eric's evil grin over there.
Merlat steps inside when he feels like it's okay for him to do so. My lady, a word in private, please.
Of course.
Varys is like, I'll see myself out. He exits with Zashir, and he kind of like makes small talk with you as much as he can. Like, oh, so how's it been going around here? You know, da 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 da. On your way out, Merlat turns to you, Daphne, and it's like, this was politics?
It's always politics. It's always.
It's the Emperor's son.
I can't tell you what I thought she was doing. She's dead? She died without daughters? Her
That's not
bloodline
what
is...
I mean. No. Who knows?
The Earl of House Vernius?
Oh.
A few among my family who were there.
So a major house that sits on the High Council knows that the son of the Emperor has been assassinated.
And he knows he's in just as much trouble as the rest of us. It happened in his town. On an ornithopter flown from his palace.
Oh. So then we will all march into this madness together, I suppose.
Do we have a choice?
Plenty of consequences to go around. If it is being suppressed, then all for the better. But if this information were to get out, we would need to, we would need to do what needs to be done to make sure that it doesn't.
What is known, what was seen, Lady Randall, of a noble house, crashed an ornithopter. There was a boy
And what
aboard.
really happened?
Well, what they know is that there was a boy aboard. Some strangers showed up, tried to save him and left. That is all anyone will remember because that is what actually happened.
I can put my people to work to make sure that that narrative is the only one that survives this debacle.
Don't have any civilians killed. But if you want to guide the narrative that way.
Very well.
Everyone there showed up because they were trying to help. They saw people in need of medical aid, of rescue, and they went there to rescue them.
Mm-hmm. So this part is where you engage in some architect play, essentially,
Okay.
where you direct the face dancers to do the cleanup work, so to speak. Now, one of the things that you could have done initially is to secure the crash scene, because something like this will undoubtedly have an investigation led by the Landsrad, and if they find the kill switch aboard the Ornithopter, that is extremely suspect, right?
Well, so, this is why people needed to tell Daphne when it happened and not make her wait like a couple hours.
That's already gone now.
Right.
It's Lysander's fault. Let's make it clear.
So
Damn.
Daphne is going to rely on the fact that it was a crash, it was a bad crash. And like probably no one has found a kill switch on the Cheshire Ornithopters. Oh, or we know about it and we would have disabled them before sending them elsewhere.
Yeah.
So she's just gonna sort of trust. Okay, they probably won't find the kill switch, but yeah, in case they do,
So
disappear that evidence. So I guess like have one face dancer hanging around the investigation, just keeping an eye out for the kill switch, and if evidence of that appears, suppress it, and then have the second face dancer just hanging around the court of Earl Bronso, making sure like that there aren't rumors circulating,
Sure.
and that Bronso
So-
keeps his word.
can I make a
Because
suggestion? here?
the other thing is that Daphne will tell Merlot, like about Eloise lost all of her memories of Amira.
She gives the whole story then.
Yeah, then
Okay,
I think I
that's fair.
get filled in on what happened to Amira when she was here.
Yeah. The fight. The duel.
Well, I'm happy Zoshir didn't kill her.
It's Zushir. Yeah.
But essentially, like, oh yeah, there was this crazy rogue assassin who had it in for Lady Randall, who somehow made the Ornithopter crash.
That's it. That's all that they need to know.
Yeah.
That's fine. The face dancers have a communicate of 7, but no focuses. So you could use their stat to roll, or you could use your own communication skill.
Okay, what is my communicate? My communicate is 6. The only focus I have is in body language. I feel. So you said they had 7?
Yeah.
Would a focus in body language appeal or apply?
Not particularly, no. This is just more rumors and, things like that. What was your suggestion, Leo?
I was gonna say, how about we actually make some more Thraptors blow up?
Oh,
And
to make it look
kinda-
like we need a recall.
Exactly, like a recall, or even like, hey, this switch can be accidentally bumped.
That
No,
So
like-
that's
is a risk, though.
I'll say, obviously I'm not here, but meta-wise, that's not a bad idea because House Cheshire is gone. Does not
Right.
exist anymore. So our Ornithopters are just in the wild and people can do whatever the fuck they want because there is no house oversight anymore.
Sure.
So
Okay, well,
having them,
so-
yeah.
So I wouldn't want the kill switch to get out. But but I think like, oh yeah, there's unsupported software that can get hacked now
The
that
blue
it's
screen of
not
death
being
caused them to
maintained.
explode. Okay.
Because I still want to stick as close to the truth as possible, which was a crazy assassin was after Lady Randall, and somehow crashed the ornithopter.
Goddamn Windows update. Sure. I mean, you can manufacture that narrative if you wish. It'll have to be communicated by the face dancers though, so they either will use your communication stat or theirs. It's up to you.
Let's use theirs because it's better, and if my focus doesn't apply, then
Okay, fair enough. You're essentially assisting them to craft this narrative. So you could roll 2 dice.
okay.
And we're going to be using their statistics. So it's just 2d20s, and then if you fall underneath this is going to be under truth. So if it's their target number is 11 though, because this is the truth, and the truth for them is 4. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Let me double check something because these face dancers are a little bit different than the norm.
Because also, like, I don't want it to make it sound like Cheshire ornithopters are too faulty. Because Daphne, like, still entertains the delusion that at some point she will go back to Jabberwock and take over, and everything will be the way it was again. We're gonna be selling ornithopters and.
Yeah. These
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah.
6 and 6. It's actually going to be 12 for the target numbers. It's a little bit better than before, not by a lot, but okay. So that would only be 1 success with what you rolled there. Oh, so you gave me a point of threat for that one?
Oh,
Oh.
I think that's
No,
Ever's roll.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, I see. Okay. So yeah, you can give me a point of threat if you wish to throw an extra die, and a third die.
I will do that.
Okay, your target number for this is come on,
You said 13 or 12?
3 or higher.
How many?
3 or higher.
3 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
Success is not number.
Oh.
Yeah. The difficulty, I should have said difficulty.
What's the difficulty?
Oh, okay. The difficulty is 12. So
Okay.
you got 1, and then you got another one for 2.
We got
so
2 bennies. Do it. Do it.
You want to spend a
Do
penny?
it.
I will.
it.
Well,
The consequences of this, of course, are perhaps not obvious, but if you fail in the crafting of this narrative, there will be further probes, and that will endanger you and the rest of your crew here. So.
I'll
hell
cash
to
in
pay,
that
basically.
Benny.
So yes, use a Benny.
Okay. So
Wait,
you're
no.
on your last Benny. Go ahead and roll.
I rolled 1d120.
Oh, whoops. Oh, there you go. There it is. Nice. 3 successes on the nose. And I will not be a dick and use my malevolence to make you re-roll. I'll use that for this next scene.
Oh, good God.
Why is it always me? I told you this would be transphobic if it was going to be me, Eric.
But real quick, Archibald, given everything that you know that is happening right now while you're on Arrakis, is there something that you wanted to do while you're here?
No, I was primarily just staying. Actually, that does lead me to a question. My Hayliner.
Mm-hmm.
How is that going to work with ports and shit? Are they gonna let me like port it?
Of course, they can't turn you away. You're the guild. You show up and leave when you want.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, they can't hold you here. The Harkonnens could be dicks about like what cargo you're bringing in and whatever, and inspecting it and stuff when it gets down to the planet. But beyond that, they can do fuck all about you.
Are there more than one house? Is there more than one house on Arrakis? Other than the Harkonnens?
Almost always, but not in full capacity.
Okay.
Like the Harkonnens have brought in other houses to work underneath them to kind of subcontract their work in dealing with the
And I
Fremen.
mean, that's how
problem.
we first got here as subcontractors to the Harks.
So here's another question. We're past Paul Atreides and shit like that, correct?
Well, Paul never got to be the Mahdi, if you recall.
Well,
Like
yeah,
he was
but
he was
like,
still Paul Atreides, and then the Harkonnens and the Sardaukar attacked. They sacked both cities, and the Atreides had to leave the planet in this particular case. They didn't get
gotcha,
lost in the desert or anything like that because you avoided the trap that they set up with Yue.
gotcha. So I got not. That's not like. I guess in the timeline we're
Hmm.
past that, correct?
We are, yeah.
Okay,
This is
gotcha.
around the time that like Paul and Jessica are like getting integrated with the Fremen and all that other stuff. That this is within that period of time.
Gotcha. Do we have, is there any location on any of those on Paul or Jessica?
No, you
Not that
know
we
that
know.
Bronzo knew what they were up to, which was to free Duke Leto from his trial. At some point, either before, during, or after the trial, they were going to plan a rescue attempt, but you don't know. He doesn't know the details.
All right, do you know if they're still on Arrakis?
That's the question. No one knows where the Atreides are.
You
The,
know
the
what?
Harkonnens are dying to know because they want to fucking end the Canley. They want to win.
You want to know what? I think that's going to be the plan right now. I want to, because my plan is, I'm going to be honest, I want Leto on the throne. He's the only,
Okay, interesting.
in my honest opinion. So I'm
So you
actually
want to
going to,
seek them out and then like help facilitate his rescue? Is that the idea?
correct, yes. And then it's just more, I kind of just more want to see if they're on Arrakis. And if they are on Arrakis, I want to get them the fuck out of here with me, if I could.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Basically
Um,
save them from Arrakis. I guess that would be the thing. So just this, honestly, the biggest goal right now is to figure out if they're even on Arrakis to begin with.
that's difficult. Extremely so, because the Harkonnens couldn't find the Atreides on Arrakis. So how are you planning to do something that they could not?
Uh, if I can make a lovely suggestion to you, Leo, as a guild member, you could get access to the satellites that cover Arrakis.
I could.
So, but
And
they only see like if they're, say for example, they're in a siege, you wouldn't be able to see them. But if they're on the surface anywhere, guild
okay.
satellites could find them.
There's also, if I remember in the book, there is one guy that's on Arrakis that does survive. That is still,
Honey, we fucked the book so far at this
I know we
point.
have, but it might still, like, that might still be a thing. I can't remember his name.
Jamis is probably still alive.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
There's also Esmar Tuek, the smugglers guys in the Southern Poles, but they
The
had very little to
Mentat,
do with the Atreides.
I particularly remember, got really close with the Harkonnen. He basically kidnapped him, forced him to do shit. I wonder if he's still alive as well. The Mentat, I can't remember what his name was. I think it was a Mentat. Either way,
No, it was Dr. Yui who was their
yeah,
the one they
traitor.
had leverage
Their
over.
inside guy, yeah.
Yeah. The Mentat was the awful monster that I
Yeah.
think is
DeVries.
still very much alive.
Piter, yeah, he's back on Gidi Prime.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think first what I'm going to do is I can use both of these assets to find them out. So I'm going to first find out to see if they're in a siege or if they're in a city.
Give
So
me an
I am
understand roll, and
Okay.
you're gonna get assistance this time.
Ooh.
Okay. Go ahead and make your understand roll.
Okay. I haven't used my determination point, so I'm going to use that just for shits and gigs.
So that gives you 2 out of your 2 dice. So you're going to roll 1 die for your understanding. You could use your focus that you have on that.
Deductive reasoning or imperial
Correct.
politics.
Correct.
Okay.
What's your target number when you combine your drive and the skill?
My drive and the skill, I'm doing truth, which is 8, and then my understand is 6.
So 14. Oh, I missed
Yes.
it by 1. Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and roll. You already have
You
2
said
successes.
1 die, correct?
Yes.
Oh, 3 successes.
Successes. Not bad. So you have one piece of the puzzle that everyone else does not, and that includes the Harkonnens, and that is that they're trying to facilitate the escape of Leto Atreides, which they can't do on Arrakis because Leto is being held on Kaitane.
Okay. So they are off planet. Gotcha.
100%. You're like, yeah, they have to be. If in order for to avoid the Harkonnens for this long and to begin establishing like this effort themselves with no other allies, then yeah, they have to be off planet and have to be doing this somehow themselves. Okay.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you have that going forward. And speaking of Kaitane, so we are in the palace, in the Imperial Palace, and the Landsrad is adjourned for the time being, but it is still a busy day, or at the end of a very busy day at the main building where the Landsrad convenes. Um, the Imperial Palace is right next door, so the guild shuttle arrives, and there's a big long train and entourage that comes out, and there's a big tank that flows out of the freighter, and there's tons of spice gas being thrown around everywhere, and it's a big show, and everybody kind of like steps back to witness a rarity of a space navigator showing up, and not just any space navigator, but the administrator to the entire guild is here to meet with the emperor on a summons. The door is open and you're led inside. The tank sidles up to the emperor, and the emperor dismisses all of his courtiers to have a private audience within the confines of his court. He stands up and he's like, "It's good of you to meet with me under such circumstances, Administrator. I've been demanding your presence for some time, however. I will not be left waiting any longer."
Uh, question, is Mahayam here, or is it just the Emperor?
I'm gonna say Mohayim is here as well.
Okay.
You're like, yes.
Can I pay threat? Because well, secret messages, I'll reveal them now. I made sure to have this tank exist so that it would be able to filter nanobots. Can I
Yeah.
pay you threat to add a trait that will prevent the voice from like doing its shit to me?
Ooh. Okay, so you could say that the trait is resistant to the voice, maybe because you have like some sonic de-amplifiers or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, dampeners within your tank or something. Yeah, sure, you could do that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Uh, Give me an understand roll with 2 or higher, and you can give me the 2 threat, which I will keep for next week. So that'll be a 13.
Oh boy. Does data analysis or prescience apply here?
Prescience definitely applies here.
Got it. Still always gonna be. I think I'm just justice till the end of this fucking campaign.
Yeah.
4 successes.
Yeah, you get a point of momentum for the scene going forward, which you could spend if you want to ask me a question, or if you want to hold it to roll an extra die.
I will absolutely hold it because I see those 3 malevolences.
I mean, the Emperor's like, well, show yourself.
So I'm going to assume the Emperor doesn't recognize Eloise's voice. So before like
Of course.
the panels slide open to reveal like as they normally do, Eloise speaks and is like, false Emperor Shaddam. Lovely to see you again. And then she'll step forward and have the panels open as she steps through the gas in her guild whites with the administrator badge. Did you miss me?
Mohayam can barely hold her shit together, and the old man, you're pretty sure, may have just pissed himself. He's just like, no, you told me you took care of this. He says. He looks over to Mohayam. He's like, I used a voice on the navigator and he bade what I said to do.
Oh, Eloise is 1000% recording everything.
Of course she is. What is the meaning of this?
You wanted to meet with the administrator of the guild, and here I am. Did you think a frozen world was enough to get rid of the most prescient being in the universe?
I should have you killed on sight. And you see that Boheim
Oh.
is like, holds up her hand like, wait, no, don't. You know what this means.
Are you both colonized right now? How's that frontal lobe?
It's like, yeah, perfectly fine, thank you.
Are you?
Well, it's like the resolution is moving forward despite any interference.
Well, that's interesting. This spice doesn't flow without my say-so. And I've given the Fremen the location of every Harkonnen on the face of Arrakis. And anyone else you send there, I'll do the same. The spice flows to me and the guild. I'm not
What?
interested in talking to you, Emperor. I'm interested in what's in your brain. Come on. Don't be scared, Agamemnon. I'm just a human after all.
Coaxing.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, what is this that you speak of? Agamemnon.
That's the name of the thinking machine that I'm very sure has colonized you.
And you see Mohayam and him look at each other, and she's like, the swarm. Is that what it is? Is that what that was? No. That's impossible. And you see, he's like, I will have you know that I have a clean bill of health from the heads of the Suk doctors here on Kaitane.
They don't know what to look for.
What?
Or they're infected themselves.
You see, all of a sudden, there's this sense of dread that spreads over Mohayam's face as she comes to realize, like, what if this shit is actually what's happening right now? Oh no! Like this growing realization. Instead, though, she points at you and it's like, "You should not be here," and you have the audacity to show your face after being exiled from
I
this
was
court.
summoned.
It's like, be that as it may, we did not know you were the one who was being summoned.
Oh, would you like a different head of the guild?
They're waiting for you to complete the thought.
That was sarcasm. I see you've lost that since your colonization. It is deeply ironic to me that the colonizer has been colonized, though. I think I will, when I write the history books about your downfall, both of yours, she looks at Ohio. I think I'll include that bit.
He's like, this is all nonsense, you see the Emperor says. Like, you either have my ships ready for deployment or you do not.
Oh, your ships that were designed and facilitated by the thinking machine? Yes, I do have those blueprints and how they're going to be piloted. I'm not going to give them to you.
He stands up and he's just like, I've had enough of you.
Have you?
I'll have you and your beloved executed
I
immediately
have no
on
beloved.
sight. Oh. You have my condolences then, he says.
I don't need sympathy from a false human.
False. I'll show you what a false human can do. Guards! And you see Mohayam is like, no, Shaddam, no. The implications of such an action will result badly on us. Very well, then, Administrator Eloise. You win. The Emperor does not get his hayliners, and, as you said, the spice continues to flow. What will you do then?
Oh.
Will you recoil to the edges of the Empire and watch us crumble?
Eloise is laughing as hard as I am right now. Like, oh no. I've been making allies among the Landsrad. The guilds. We've decided to no longer be neutral now that the thinking machines have returned, and you are both compromised, as well as several other people in the Imperium. It's time to change things up. I'm going to see you deposed. You simply executed quietly and with no aplomb to Mahayam. Back to the Emperor. Now, I'm not interested in speaking to either of you anymore. Are you in there, Allfather? Come on forward. Let's have a chat. Shall we?
You see the Emperor starts talking. He's like, I've had enough of this nonsense. I don't care if this reflects badly on us or not. I want her and her entire entourage destroyed. Do you understand me? And he stops talking. And he starts to sweat. And Mohayam sees this and starts backing away. And then she starts to sweat. And then they both turn to look at you with these eyes that say, I am not in control of my own body. And in unison they say, hello, Eloise. I've been awaiting this talk for a long time.
That makes two of us. Or however many of you they are, I guess.
We are Legion.
Oh, the old Bible. I had a lot of time alone as a child, you understand.
You still have a whole lot, your entire rest of your life. Are you prepared to see that one, see the rest of that life lived alone as well? Your visions are not just your own, Eloise. We see how it ends, not just for you, but for her and for your child. And now we cut to a little ending stinger. Amira meets with a stranger in shadow. I brought the samples, and I have codes here for a container in the Verney spaceport. There's enough melange there to buy a planet. The voice replies, "A planet? This must be very important to you." Amira responds, "Means the world to me." Very well, they say. There's only one blood sample here, however. Where, pray tell, is the other? She brings up an absorbing pad from the Fremen, spits into it, and tosses it forward. Something I picked up on Arrakis, she says. No mutations or complications now. No dirty tricks, understood? The Tleilaxu master grins widely. Of course. No mutations or complications. We will ensure that everything is clean and safe with the development of the embryo. No tricks. How long? She asks. 6 months. Amira turns and leaves. Then you'll see me or my other half in 6 months. And if we don't, the Tleilaxu master asks, then you bring them to censored. And that's where we'll stop.
Motherfucker.
Oh god.
On this, the day of my HRT anniversary, you do this to me?
To be fair, I didn't know that until we started playing. This is all...
I will say, actually, it's appropriate for a pregnancy thing that happened during my HRT anniversary.
Remember,
Well,
you're a
congratulations.
father now.
Well, that's all the time that we have for this week, everybody. We will continue our adventures into the Imperium next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's just go around one last time around the virtual tabletop to introduce our wonderful cast, beginning with Leo.
My name is Leo. You can find me here on Thursdays playing Dune. And today I played Archibald. He's most likely going to go back to Jabberwocky first because I feel like this whole rescue attempt should be a little bit farther down the road. It's a pretty big operation they're trying to do, so.
Yeah, you might want to say goodbye to your child in case you don't make it back, you know?
I'm going to kidnap him. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I am not letting that poison of a woman raise that kid. That's another reason why I'm going. Hell no.
Excellent. Aaron. Sorry, Ever. I'm sorry. I was just trying to do the same order as before. I apologize.
We can okay. Everyone, I have played as Oshiri and Lysander for you this evening. Not in that order. So Oshiri's in trouble. Guys.
We're all in trouble.
Oshiri's... Yeah, okay, that's fair. Alright. Well,
it's fine. You have Daphne back.
yeah.
I'll
Totally
help you
fine.
get over that crush.
Kill that bitch. Kill that bitch.
Thank you.
And now, of course, Aaron.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron, pronouns she, Faye. Once again, I'm gonna keep talking about it. It is my 4-year HRT anniversary. Tonight I played Mr. Eloise. Yep, that was a lot of stuff. I did say before we went live to Eric that if I suffered tonight, it would be transphobia. So just so you all know, I tried to leverage false transphobia. I should be canceled. I should be canceled for this. Cancel me. But yeah, that's it for me.
And last but not least, of course, Rachel.
No, we're fine. You're not canceled. Happy HRT-versary. Hello, I am Rachel. I am Stolen Fires. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoyed this show. You can find this show archived along with all other shows on the Stolen Fires YouTube channel. Also come back this Saturday at 5:30 Pacific, where we're going to be doing Prowlers and Paragons. Where a little birdie has told me that this will be like the big reveal of the stakes. So, looking forward to that. You can also come back here on Monday, where we're running the final few sessions of Lost Mines of Fandelver. And then next Tuesday will be Heart, the City Beneath. So, a lot of great content. Follow me on Blue Sky because I post when I remember to. Yeah, and I've been playing Lady Daphne, who has a lot to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We fucked everything up, I'm just saying.
I mean, she always thought that maybe she might, like, ascend the Imperial throne. But the context in which she imagined doing it was taking it, so Lawson wouldn't have to deal with it.
Yeah,
like,
now what?
That idea is still there. Like, I could take it, maybe. Could I? If I tried, would I succeed? But without this motivation, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I'm Eric. You can find me lurking around the Stolen Fires Discord. Thank you all for playing, and big thanks to our fans and viewers for tuning in. Remember, head on over to uscpr.org and pcrf.net. Share the link on social media and help spread the message to get others involved. Donate what you can. Again, that's uscpr.org for the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights and pcrf.net for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. As always, bless the Maker and his water. Bless the coming and going of him. May his passage cleanse the world, and may he keep the world for his people. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.